Hello everybody, Big Planes here. Now, before I dive too deep into anything, I want to give a shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. So thank you to everybody who's supporting the channel over on Patreon. It really means a lot to help build these planes. If it weren't for some of the people on Patreon, I would not be able to do these. So I will leave a link in the description if you want to go help out the channel over there. But yeah, so I know, I think I say this in every video now. It's almost more common than the intro, but I haven't been super active lately because the summer conventions are coming up and I do take vacations, you know. I do have a life outside Lego, so I know I haven't been super active building things directly, and it may continue like that for the next couple weeks here. But I do have some pretty significant plans that I do want to share with you. Now, the primary goal of this video is, of course, going to be talking about the 747, which I did talk about a little while ago, and I have been barraged with people in the comments section demanding that I build one livery or another, or one version or another. And I do listen to all your guys' feedback. Of course I do. I try to take into consideration everything you guys say, because, you know, I want to know what is most popular amongst the audience. And I was originally going to do, the original 747 that I did was a TWA 747-100, and I eventually changed it into the Pan Am 747-100, and I was going to make this new 747, because as you can see here, there's no 747. I was going to make it Pan Am as well, but I did a little bit of thinking, and I realized that nobody's going to be able to tell this one apart from the old one, especially at shows and stuff. It'll just look like a cleaner and more durable and probably much more detailed version of the old Pan Am 747. So I'm going to do something new. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably aren't going to like this one, but I don't care because it's my channel. So the 747 I've decided on is, drum roll I guess, Air Force One. So yeah, this is the 747 I've decided on. Now, I may put a picture up on the screen here. I don't know. I think most people know what Air Force One is. It's the presidential plane. It's only Air Force One when the president's aboard. So yeah. Now, the reason I'm doing this one and not an airline, there's a few reasons. So I want to share these with you. One, it's probably one of the most recognizable 747s ever, because it's sort of the baby blue on the bottom and the blue on the top. And that's one of the primary reasons. It's very recognizable. Two, it has a very interesting interior. It has offices and sort of seats and stuff, and suites and all sorts of stuff. And three, I see a major opportunity with detailing. So what I mean by, I'll get into that later in this video, but I see an opportunity on this plane that no other plane I've done before has really had. So I'm going to start talking about the actual build now. So Air Force One 747, that's what we're going to do here. So no Pan Am, no Lufthansa, no airline. It's Air Force One. Now, I still might do some smaller scale 747s to try to satisfy people who want to see like a Northwest 747-400, or maybe a Pan Am or a Lufthansa or KLM. KLM was very popular. So I might do like a 1/100 scale 747, or maybe even 1/200 scale. Might even make tutorials for those. But for my minifigure scale 747, around 136 to 140 scale, I can only do one, and for that, it's going to be Air Force One. So I'm going to try to quit yakking about that. This right here, this is sort of what I do for all of my planes before I build them. This is what the thumbnail was, so this is probably what you saw. And this is the cross section for the hump. Now, what that kind of means is this is the front of the plane, so you can see this is the double decker and this is the lower part. Now, I believe I showed you this earlier at some point in a different video. However, I did decide to kind of finish that out and do the entire hump now. And this is sort of an interesting design. The Air Force One only has a couple windows on the upper deck. And so what the design I've used here doesn't have any windows, but I can pretty easily add windows if I wanted to later. And the cool thing is that this semicircle down here, right here, this is the design for the roof and the underside of the plane. So this design can be flipped over and inserted up here when we don't have the hump. So this is sort of invertible, so we can use it all around. And on the 747 Air Force One, the top of it is all white like this, whereas On the bottom, it's sort of like a baby blue, light aqua, and light bluish gray. So it's going to be interesting because our good old friend Diagonal Lines is on this plane. Now, I've already been talking with Dan Keys, the guy that prints the Lego. He did the Freddie Mercury tail back there, and he also did the prints on the B-36. I've been talking with him on how we could color match some things and possibly print those sort of arches. So again, I'm going to see what we can do there. But this is the general fuselage design. The wing design may be similar to the previous 747, but much, much cleaner, much more durable, and just better looking, and it won't warp nearly as much. That's the thing. It's not going to warp nearly as much on this plane. Now, you're probably wondering, where is the older 747? And right here, there's nothing here. I did temporarily place the Lockheed Constellation here. However, the older 747 is under this table. I'm almost done scrapping it. The only parts that I didn't scrap from the 747, I've got them over here. I did save what's left of one engine, though that will be scrapped soon. And these are the flaps. There's nothing wrong with the flaps. They're still good. Obviously, need to change out some of these older blacks and grays and maybe clean some things up. And you can see this one's missing. It's a third flap. But even though these are still in a bit of a rough condition, this one still has the flat tracks on it, they're still fully functioning flaps, and the design still holds true to this day. So those are saying, oh, and the spiral staircase, I really like the spiral staircase. It doesn't have a place in the new 747, unfortunately, but I'm just keeping it as sort of a memento to the older 747. You can see there's the blueprint I'm using for the hump there. It's quite large. You can see there's the battery box. It's about 3 of them. But yeah, so that's what's left. Other than that, I'm almost done sorting the rest of the 747 parts. You can see this is a big box of Technitrix. I will probably need to order more of them at some point because it's a big plane. These are all the bricks that I was able to get out of the plane. It has a lot of bricks in it. I mean, a lot of bricks. And down here, these are the plates. Now, these are the larger plates. The smaller plates are in a different tub somewhere else. But yeah, there's lots and lots of plates. So I'm not done sorting the old 747 just yet, but it's almost done. And hopefully, the goal I'm going for with this one, or what I'm aiming for, is to get a plane that looks like the 787 here. It's very smooth, very slick. It uses most of those curved slopes. And I want it to be more durable, though, because, I mean, this works pretty well, but if you press too hard on this, it kind of breaks in. So the design I've come up with right here, you can actually apply pretty decent pressure onto this, and it won't break, as you can see. You can sort of, it won't break. So that's good. This will be the roof, the main roof, and the bottom part. So again, I'm sort of designing it now. Obviously, I'm going to finish the 707 first, right? And then I'm gonna probably start on this in the next couple months here, since the 707 should go pretty quickly. And then after the 747, I will start work on Concorde. So that's sort of what we're looking at right now. And then after Concorde, maybe like an A318 or A320. So that's all I really have for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. And that's it for now. Bye for now.